Talking stress and anxiety, here's a question. Not a straightforward question. If you could point to the future, if it had a physical location, where would you point? If you could point to the past, if it had a physical location, where would you point? If you could join those two places with a line, what color would the line be? That is timeline therapy. I've mentioned it a couple of times in the past. I thought I'd just give you a little bit more insight into how it can help you free the thoughts, patterns, behaviors that go with your stress and anxiety response. I first came across it because I'd heard about neuro-linguistic programming and I'd bought myself a book. I think it might have even been The Idiot's Guide to. So I had a break at work and I think I wanted to check why I was where I was in my career at the time. So at the time I was a sports massage therapist. I lay down on the massage table in a break and I did timeline therapy on myself. And what's really interesting about it is that when you start, you don't know where you're going. I ended up back in my university days and apologizing to somebody who at the time I thought might have wronged me. They hadn't. I was being a bit of a insert word, young, arrogant, knew it all. And then later in life, based on that, this is kind of interesting, I had a proper session with a cognitive therapist. And what was really interesting about it was, again, it was to do with career. I was looking to generate more business. So her name's Hazel Gale. She's awesome. Got a book and an app out if you want to check her out. She took me back in time to when I had a reading test as a kid at school. And as much as any 6 to 7 year old kid could, I blew the reading test. Didn't go well at all. And I know that because my big brother was there and he said, wow, what happened? You're a much better reader than that. So I had confirmation from a reliable source that I had actually taken a test, come up short. That was when I established my self-sabotage. And here's how that works. Forgive me sharing stories about myself, but it's probably quite a useful example, and I give myself permission to do it. I don't have to go looking for somebody else's permission to share the story. In a testing situation, I do quite well, but not brilliant. And we know that because when I was 7, I had a reading test. I did quite well, but not brilliant. I fluffed a couple of the bits that I needed to do. And then I scanned through my life where I went to the under 20 athletics championships in New Zealand. Came away with 4 silver medals. Good, right? None of them were gold. None of them were bronze. 4 silvers. 2 of them were in the relay, so can't control that, can I? One of them, I was out-leaned, this is 100 meters, finishing 100 meters, I was out-leaned for the gold by that much. TV commentary at the time was like, oh, there's no way to separate them. Once I'd brought that to my mind, I remembered that at a secondary school athletics meeting, I'd got second to the point where that officials doing the official thing, they'd blown up the photo finish of us to life size to work out that I'd lost by a centimetre. So that's half that much. That's the way it goes, right? And the other guy wanted it, and that all makes sense. I started to spot a pattern through my life of doing pretty well, but not quite. I went to 3 Olympics. Woohoo! Crashed at 2 of them. What? That's how powerful a subconscious script can be. How it can influence you without you realizing. Carl Jung said something that's similar to, until we make the unconscious conscious, it will control our lives, and we'll call it fate. So that was me, right? Tried my best, did my best, outleaned on 2 separate occasions by a centimetre. The patterns will be there in your life, and when you reach the point that staying the same is more painful than the risk of change, you can explore these patterns that we've been running in the background and creating your reality. When you're ready, you can have some real fun with it.